Ficky Fadil.
Ayo,
I
you
say
got
wrong.
the
I just say
you
wrong.
got the band name wrong.
Oh
Right
no,
in that you
no.
got his name wrong lah. We'll go with Ficky. What is this lah, Derek? Ayo.
Okay.
Come on. Let's take one more time from the
No,
top, Derek.
I'll let one of the other guys under just because I'm
No,
sitting here.
no.
Not a
You have to
chance.
do it.
No,
Come
no.
on, Derek. We've had
Wait,
like at
wait,
least 30
Yeah,
years
yeah.
of experience.
Fikri Fazil, aka Bayangan, welcome to the written room.
Thanks
Welcome
for having me.
Thank you so much for having us.
Hi, Fikri.
That initial part's going to be edited out, by the way. So like,
No lah.
No. We're gonna leave
But
it.
that sets the tone for you lah for waiting room. Very santai.
yeah. So how are you doing? How are you managing as a I don't know. Are you a full-time musician? And if so, how are you managing through this horrendous period for music, for live music, or music in any way, shape, or form?
Well, I was considering myself as a full-time musician right before the pandemic, and since then I've become an artist instead.
Okay,
Because
cool.
an artist is slightly poorer than a musician.
Sounds cool. Sounds cooler as well. Are you a musician?
be
No,
surprised.
I'm an artist.
No,
Yeah,
I'm just
I'm an artist,
messing
yeah.
around.
Can be blended.
Oh,
But also
sarcasm is it?
No, but also because I think the idea of music as a product from a music business perspective is changing a lot. Like what's happening to live music is actually what exactly happened to the recording industry. So this is the live music's version of Napster, where, like, if you look at, I think last year's overall investment into the music industry was just like, I think 40% lower prior to that. So I've been thinking about how are people listening to music nowadays? What is music? Is TikTok considered music? Is YouTube videos music? Those 8-hour meditational videos, right? Those guys get like 3-4 million views.
Oh, I
man.
know. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So is that not music? Is that not part of the music industry or music scene? So I've been thinking about all that a lot, and I haven't figured out what it is yet. So the safest way to introduce myself is as an artist right now, because I'm also working on other projects as well.
So what's
not strictly music.
What's the art that you have been diving into?
What other mediums do you dip your toe into?
A lot of new media works. So I'm working on, or at least trying to figure out how to use Arduinos to include, to do like kind of like sound installations and stuff like that. But still trying to figure out the technology side, that kind of thing.
No,
I tried to go into.
I've worked at a few shows. There was a show that we did that I worked at about 3 years ago. It was German guys put it on. It was down by Metalling Street, just beside the.
Oh right,
beside the market, and it was a German show. So they brought over all these German techno DJs, but downstairs they had this kind of art thing going on.
Installations.
Art installations, but there was audio stuff going on as well with the art installation. So like it was a kind of audio visual perspective of like the art, because the audio was important in the art. So you had to have it was kind of like a sensory thing. It was complete sensory immersion. So with the art, so like kind of sort of know what you're talking about in that regard.
Ironically, sometimes that sort of entry into has bigger budget because you get all this German Institute and all pumping in.
Yeah.
It's very
the way their stuff,
especially in Europe. It's like Europeans are very avant-garde. When I say European, I mean talk about mainland Europeans. They're quite avant-garde. They love that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, so like there's
and they come here. I mean,
there's lots of money in that, because the thing we worked at went on for a week. Like it went on for a full week. I was technically mixing as a live sound engineer only for 4 days of it, but like the whole thing was going on for about 8 days. So so there was a lot of money pumped into it, and it was
in December I gave a track for experimental compilation. CY was involved in this, and Jensen. So,
Mhm.
and I didn't know they had payment. I said, hey, just transfer it to you. And I looked at it. Fuck, man, that's like 1 gig. 1 gig. And it was just some improvised stuff I did. And again,
Yeah.
it's
But there's
ironic, but it's not constant, right? You
but
can't
no, no,
really.
there
Uh,
there is an avenue for it, and there is money there for it if you tap
mm,
into it properly. It like it's a good field to get into. If you know what you're
mm.
doing, if you get like the right contacts, but your work has to be good. And then the end of the day,
Yeah.
it's the art.
Yeah, of
It's the art
course.
that counts. The art counts. Like you just can't just
Mm.
like throw any out, shit against the wall, like shit, and hope for the best. Like
Yeah, so that first part is something that I've been trying to kind of figure out now, how that fits into
yeah.
what everything else that I'm doing. Because I also do this music project called the Weekend Sessions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been on hiatus for a long time, and it has always been a struggle for me to work on it because it's actually very personal for me. The Weekend Sessions.
Well, why don't we talk about the
Um,
weekend sessions and like how did you start the weekend sessions and why is it so personal to you? Is it like your baby?
yes. Well, I started it, I think, oh man, about 12 years ago,
Okay,
probably.
12 years ago, man. I was guest
12
number
years
one,
ago.
remember?
Yeah. Azmir
Oh,
was guest number
shit.
one. Yeah.
Yes.
I think
Azmir
been
is just the
Asma's
OG for
guest number
everything, man.
one. Asma's guest number one at every show that's ever happened in Malaysia in the last 20 years.
It's
Mary,
I'm a
always
generous
Azmir.
man.
Mary Carey,
Yeah,
Mary Carey,
Azmir, I
guest
told
number
you.
one. Gaslight, guest number one.
Azmir,
Any gig
I
that
told
was
you,
there.
the Malaysian music industry should have a flag, and you should be on that flag, Azmir. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna kibarkan that bendera outside my house. Just Azmir. Thanks.
So what does the weekend sessions entail?
Well, what people see is it's a media kind of website, and we do video sessions of performances, of
Okay.
live performances. That's what people see, but actually, what we do behind the scenes is actually a lot more. We connect artists with businesses, and we try to connect the Southeast Asian music community together.
Education
So
then
there's
as
a
well, which is a good thing.
yeah. So we were doing a lot of that kind of business stuff lah, behind the scenes.
Yeah, it's